Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. This was indeed a long day. We saw quite a few stoppages in the game today. We were expecting to watch an ODI game, but I think the amount of time it took today, it has gotten more than that. But a disappointing result for India today in the first ODI against Australia. We had 8 consecutive wins in ODIs. For India, we were doing well, but this is the first loss after 8 consecutive wins. India set a target of 131 in front of Australia. Australia came to chase it down, and in 21 overs, with the help of Mitchell Marsh, he scored 46 runs, Josh Philippe 37, and Renshaw, who scored 21 runs not out. They chased it down. I have with me Mr. Harsha Bhogle, Mr. Zaheer Khan. Harsha, why are you smiling?
I'm smiling because it's gone so long, Kev. We've all got one mister in front of our names, which we didn't have this morning. We've all grown in stature in the period.
You know, because the buttons are open and it looks like that, okay, I had a long day today. Please don't ask me anything. But I'm sure, Zach, a lot of fans are disappointed today because when we look at this team, like we talked about in the pre-show, that this is a different team. We met on the 19th the last time. It was the 19th of November. It was a Sunday. It's a Sunday today. It's the 19th. Maybe we should stop playing them against them on the 19th.
Well, I think it was, it was a very tough game to analyze all these kind of things, isn't it? Because it wasn't a full 50-over game. There were a lot of stoppages. India could not get the rhythm going, you know, especially when they were batting. They didn't really get that opportunity of, okay, knowing this is the number of overs, this is how we're going to build it. You know, every time there's a stoppage, you have to realign yourself to what can be the variables. And that wasn't the case with Australia. You know, when they went into bat, it was very simple, 26 overs, 131 to get. So you can pace your innings accordingly. And then that is a serious advantage. You know, so that's why these kind of games, when it's rain affected, the other team has won the toss, they bowled first, you know, so the advantage is tilted in their favor. Yes, you can still take the learnings from the game, how they could have started, what kind of plans they should have against Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc, how they're going to have that extra bounce challenge in Australia. You got to score runs,
right?
You know, so that is something which they have to put together. Other than that, I think, you know, it was one of those games when we knew that, okay, 131 is below par total. If India gets early breakthroughs, not just one wicket, they got Travis Head, but it wasn't followed with couple of wickets in succession. That was never going to create that scenario for Australia to feel that pressure. The Mitchell Marsh batted well, got the team through. Just a couple of partnerships were going to take the team to a very, very easy run chase. That's what we saw. So I think looking at today's game, even though India has lost the game, but there were enough reasons for them to feel nothing to be concerned about. Just, you know, take the positives forward, figure out the plans and approach the second game with a fresh mindset.
It was a great toss to win.
Yeah.
It was a great toss to win. Perfect conditions for Hazlewood and Starc. And in all fairness, they bowled. They were the two best bowlers on the day across teams. But the moment India lost those wickets early, those 2 or 3 wickets early, India were playing catch-up, and it didn't help at all that there was this constant stop-start. So not only, I said, it was a difficult game to analyze from India's point of view, it was a difficult game to play too. And the moment India finished 136 in spite of a flourish at the end.
True.
But 131 in 26 overs on that surface was never going to be easy to defend. So, as Zach said, not too concerned. It's just that as the series goes along with all the build-up, I'd like to see something from the top 3. No, from the big 2.
Yeah. Disappointing though, still disappointing as a cricket fan because we've waited since so long to watch this format again. We wanted to watch Rohit bat a bit more. Obviously, Virat Kohli, we wanted to see some more runs come off his bat because he loves playing in Australia. But when we look at Australia's batting, Zach, the way Mitchell Marsh batted today, 46 runs leading from the front as the captain. He has had a good year. He's been scoring really well. But leading from the front, that's what he shows to the team, that everything, every situation, they know how to win clinically.
Yeah, he has been in good form, isn't it? And it shows. It shows by his body language, by his calm approach, he knows that he can hit those sixes.
Yeah.
And takes the pressure off him and took the charge to the opposition. So that is something which he's been doing. He looks more assured. And really leading from the front, like you rightly said. I think it's something which is going to be very handy for Australian team as well. Him and Travis Head makes a very, very strong opening partnership usually, and that is going to give headache to a lot of bowlers when you have such strong power hitters opening the innings. Once they are in, it's always a tough ask for anyone to contain them.
Listen, he's very, very highly rated in Australia as a cricketer, Mitch Marsh. But his body has always let him down right through his... I mean, he used to be a good mid-130s normal bowler who could crank it up, but mid-130s bowler. But his body, different parts of his body kept breaking down. So I think he's now at the most settled phase of his life where he's found a home at the top of the order. He's playing only white ball cricket. He's given up this. There's a little bit of talk, by the way, of seeing whether he can open the batting in Test cricket. But I don't think he's going to go down there because that'd be a very short-term arrangement. But he's bulked up. He's stronger, and he's found this role at the top of the order. Even in T20, he's a fearsome striker. The only reason why you always worry a little bit about Mitch Marsh is you don't know how many games he'll give you at a stretch because he's always breaking down for some reason or the other. But if he doesn't, he's a proper batter.
And Zach, you've seen him really closely, right? He did really well for the Lucknow Super Giants as well during the IPL. He knows how to hit those big sixes like the two he hit today.
Today's 2 sixes.
He kept talking about
and
that.
that's where
three sixes.
And that's where the calmness comes from, isn't it? Because as a batter, you know that even if you're falling behind in that strike rate, just a couple of deliveries, couple of those big shots, and you can be back at it. So that is something which we've seen with a lot of power hitters. But he's someone who takes a lot of pride in leaving the ball. So
Even
what
at
you're saying
LSG
about red ball cricket might come into play at some stage.
But LSG also he broke down, right?
No, I think he played all the games.
He played this time he did.
Except for the personal reason he missed one game.
Yeah, correct. I know there was an issue with his in the family. But those 2 sixes that he hit at the start, I know he hit 3 in all, but those 2 he hit. The one he hit of Arshdeep, the ball wasn't very short. But when you say he's a powerful guy, you see this next one he hits off Siraj. And he hit it over extra cover. It was a wow shot.
You kept talking about it, I remember.
Beautiful shot. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at the batting card once again. When we started the show, the pre-show, I used a word. I said that side looks lean on experience. So I want to take my words back because when you saw Josh Philippe bat today and Matt Renshaw, 2 youngsters, but the way they batted today, they showed that, okay, they're testing the bench strength and it looks quite good.
Well, Josh Philippe has been around for a while. So even though he has not played a lot of international cricket, he's been around for a while. He looked comfortable, and in that partnership, if you see, he was the aggressor. So he was actually taking the pressure off Mitchell Marsh at that stage. He was in. He just wanted to anchor from one side, but Josh Philippe was the one who was willing to take chances at that stage, and that is just the game awareness at that stage.
True.
And if you look at the run chase, after that, maybe that Travis Head dismissal, Matthew Short dismissal when Aksar came in and got him out, the required run rate was never a concern. No. So you could actually take time, set that pace. And you look at the way run chase also have finished, with 5 overs to spare. It's a very comfortable run chase. So I think at no stage you felt that any batter is going to be rushed or you're going to create that opportunity of taking wicket by creating that pressure. So that luxury they had, it's just about spending time in the middle, which Josh Philippe did and Renshaw also did nicely.
Right.
Yeah, look, I did say at the start that this game was more about India because Australia's prepping for the Ashes. But if you look at the players who played today, right, Matt Short, Josh Philippe, Matt Renshaw, then the batting to come, Mitch Owen after that. These are all players who've been around for a while in Australian domestic cricket without getting the opportunities to go up and play. Cooper Connolly is a slightly younger one, him and Mitch Owen, without having had the opportunities to play for Australia regularly. But they're all of them, whether it's Short or Philippe or Connolly or Owen, all proven performers at BBL level. So they've got a break here now. So from that point of view, they're short on international experience, but they're all very good players. And to think that Felipe, who played well today, I thought he kept brilliantly too. Some of his takes down the leg side were very good. And yet he's number 3 on the pecking order behind Inglis and Carey. So that tells you that over there, they've got a fair bit of depth that might be unproven at international level, but it's there.
Okay, now let's have a look at India's bowling card. So, like you said, that 131 was not a target big enough for a team like Australia to chase down. We see Mohammad Siraj, who didn't get any wickets. When he started, he looked fairly well. Arshdeep Singh, who had a very good start today, but he gave 31 runs, 6.20 is the economy. Harshit Rana, he didn't get a wicket. Akshar Patel got one. Washington Sundar got one. When you look at this bowling card, Zach, and you saw how the bowlers bowled today, it was okay, right? Because the target wasn't too big.
I was happy with the intent, and you got to judge your defense on the basis of that. You needed that early breakthrough. Arshdeep provided that. When you're defending below par total, you can get desperate for wickets, and that's a good sign. And in that process, you are going to falter a little bit. So you will leak runs, because you are looking to create opportunities. You didn't have the luxury of just maintaining good areas, building that pressure through that, because you knew that if they bat 26 overs, you will chase down that total. So you need to create those opportunities, and in that desperation, you can go for runs. But what I liked was the intent from all the bowlers when they started this defense. And body language and everything was, right up there. So they did whatever they could to be able to give themselves that chance of defending this total.
A couple of them were under the scanner. Arshdeep hasn't played a lot in recent times, so I want to check with you. We're happy with the way Arshdeep went, because I thought with the new ball, he was getting it to move well.
He was swinging the oldish ball as well, so
Correct.
I think that was a positive sign towards the end as well.
I love the one that swung away from the right-hander. Normally, the left-hander, all of you bring it in.
The delivery to Matthew Short.
Beautifully, it went away. What do you make of Harshit Rana? Because there's a lot of talk about Harshit Rana. I thought he muscled in, and yet he tends to be a little expensive. What do you make of him, having seen of him for a while?
So I think Harshit Rana is someone who is head the deck kind of a bowler. And when you look at today's game, certain deliveries which he bowled which were fuller in length. Even the ball which hit the pad was going above the stump. So it's just about getting that length right, maybe a touch fuller is going to help him a long way to create those wicket-taking opportunities. He's bowling those good deliveries, but those are not resulting in wickets. The moment you start converting those deliveries into wickets, suddenly your confidence, your approach, everything towards the game is going to change.
Okay, there's one more thing. First glimpse of Nitish Kumar Reddy in the ODI setup. He came in to bowl around the 15th over. He batted as well. He scored 19 runs. What do you make of him?
He's got a lovely bat swing. He hits long. Remember, these are long boundaries. He was clearing long on with ease. Even in the test match, they sent him at number 5 and he hit a couple of excellent sixes off the Warwican, Jomel Warwican, or was it Khalid Pierre? I don't remember. He hit some lovely sixes up there. With the ball, I think by the time he came in, the game was set. And they were just looking to finish it quickly. I don't know if he does enough with the ball. I think he can be a good 5-6 overs, mid-overs bowler. But there was, one catch went down. We didn't see on the replay if it was an easy enough catch. But he did induce an edge. So, quite happy with him.
Okay.
Very, very early days for him in this format. So,
that's a good sign.
I think he'll always be a batsman who bowls.
Okay. He had, we have been talking about it, that we're sort of looking at him in place of Hardik Pandya.
Yes.
We don't want to look at anyone in place of Hardik Pandya. We want Hardik Pandya, but as an addition, obviously.
I mean, if his bowling develops, if his cricket really develops, you could have a stage towards the later stage of Hardik Pandya's career. Maybe both are playing together.
Yeah.
If you're traveling to the 27 World Cup, say in South Africa, where the seaming conditions, you want a little bit more seam. Unlike, say, the Champions Trophy, you played 4 spinners in the Champions Trophy. You might go to South Africa and say, okay, October, November, slightly early season, ball might do a little bit. I actually want extra seam bowling options. You could actually end up playing both over there if Nitish develops and can get a place, say, at number 6 in the batting.
Yeah, like Jadeja and Aksar, they have been playing
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
So we're hoping for some very big positives from this series. But when we talk about Gill's captaincy, the way he handled the bowlers today, obviously the score wasn't that big. It wasn't easy to defend it. But how he handled the bowlers, is there anything you feel he could have done differently?
I don't think. I think, today's game, when you look at it, like initial part of it, that intent which we spoke about, obviously those are the chats which go around in the team. So from that point of view, he's done everything he can. He started with a loss in his Test captaincy and then made the impact. So he's starting with ODI also in the similar fashion. I think he's got a long way to go. So it's just about building from here. And like we said, Rohit and Virat both are there, present in the team. It's only going to be of great help for him.
He's trying to walk in Virat's footsteps in every way, including the sticker on the bat that he likes. He wants to be the next Virat Kohli, and that's a giant ambition. But he's walking in that direction. He doesn't have to start his captaincy career the same way Virat Kohli did.
Oh, but when you compare him to Virat, the sort of personality
even
that he has...
T20, I think he even lost his first T20 game when he captained briefly in Zimbabwe.
Yes. But he's too calm and composed, right?
Very different personality. And I've often said, I think there was one phase in England where he tried to invoke the inner Kohli in him. And it didn't work for him. Because his batting suffered. I don't think it's in his nature to be in your face the way it is Virat Kohli's nature. And it works very well for Virat Kohli. Because he's in your face, he likes the confrontation, he likes the one-on-one. Virat becomes a different personality. I don't think it's Shubman's nature to be that. That's the impression I get. So I hope he forms his own style. And so far, there's nothing to suggest that he won't. I thought he did well in England. Except for that brief period at Lord's where he just lost it and got in your face. But it's not his nature. I think he'll be fine.
Okay. On that note, it's just one game.
Yes.
एक ही हारे हैं, दिल मत छोटा कीजिए.
एक ही चीज मेरे को और लगी कि Perth में everyone's got lot of time. 42,000 people came to watch this game. Can you imagine the support for India where they go?
Love them.
I heard Mark Howard say they're expecting 90 in Melbourne. No wonder Australia keep calling India all the time.
Yeah, that's the kind of love the Indian team gets. And the next game will be played in Adelaide. India, Australia. It's a must-win game if we want to seal the series, and we have a lot of expectations because obviously the game today was totally different, Zach, like we've been talking. Obviously, it was a game with a lot of rain coming and going around. They said it will be a passing shower, but it never passed.
No, it never passed.
It just stayed.
It was like some of those guests that come and say, "Do din ke liye, ek hafta I'm staying on." It just stayed.
Yeah. Okay, so if we win one, we'll draw level and we have to win the other one then. Zach, do you feel that India needs to do anything differently in the way they approach the game, in the mindset when they come and play the next game?
After the toss, when we analysed the playing 11, we felt that Kuldeep is someone which they should think of. But we've seen in a 3 ODI series, generally, we've seen teams don't like to change too much. So what playing 11 you see in the first match, depending on how the game has gone, unless there is something alarming which needs to be addressed, they usually don't change. So keeping that in mind, I don't see any change. But personally, I think Kuldeep is someone who can make that impact in those middle overs, especially looking at the inexperience in Australia's batting lineup. Yes, there will be some changes from Australia, and some
lot of them
usual faces are going to come back. But still, that middle phase is going to be crucial one if it's a complete 50-over game. So maybe that chatter will start again.
And who sits out then?
They have a choice. Maybe Washington Sundar goes out and Kuldeep comes in.
And they've got to be comfortable with 7 batsmen. If they're playing Harshit Rana again, you've got to give people 2 games. So Harshit Rana 8, Kuldeep Yadav 9. So they're happy playing 7 batters. Then that makes sense because it strengthens the bowling. Having said that, I thought Washi did bowl well today. It's just that Kuldeep brings something completely different to the side.
Yeah.
So the other way to play Kuldeep is if they assess the conditions there and say 2 quicks and Nitish Reddy is okay for us. So let's keep the batting as is and bring Kuldeep in place of Harshit Rana. I don't know if in Australia you can do that. Just go in with 2 frontline quicks and Nitish. So that is the only other option if they want to bring back Kuldeep.
Okay, let's have a look at Australia's squad now. We know there are a lot of names that are going to come back. Alex Carey will be back. Zampa will be back. Josh Inglis will be back. So clearly they're coming back, right, to the side?
Well, if they are in the squad, they will be in the playing 11. You know, that's what you'll expect. So yes, all these three guys, maybe four, will make the comeback.
You never know. Yeah, I think Carey could come in for Renshaw.
Yeah.
And Inglis comes in for Felipe. Zampa comes in for Koeneman.
Yeah.
And the team is pretty much set otherwise. Unless they just think, look, we saw enough of Hazelwood. But I think it's early season. They want, as he said right in the beginning, they want miles in the bowler's legs. So they'll play Hazelwood, they'll play Stark. If they get their full 10 overs, they might say, okay, we don't need to play them in the third ODI because that first test match is still a month away. So they're building up to that first test match, Australia. So they might play. So I only see these three changes, one in the spin and two with the wicket-keeper batters.
Zampa is playing, Koeneman is playing.
Zampa for Koeneman?
Yeah.
And I see Felipe going out for Inglis.
Yes.
And maybe Renshaw going out for Carey.
They must feel, okay, we did a great job, right?
But I think
So only Labuschagne is left.
Correct.
Yeah,
They might as well play him. He's in such great form. So I won't even be surprised if they just say, okay, let's play. Let's play Labuschagne in as well, because if he's they just want him to get as much batting as possible. So look, as long as the players who were in this side know that they were in this side because the original players were not there, they won't feel anything about being replaced when the original players come back in.
Okay, so who are the players to watch out for you, Zach, from India and Australia?
Well, I think from India's point of view, you know, the opening partnership is going to be the most crucial one. So I'll go with Rohit from India side. I think, you know, for him to have that kind of a start along with Shubman Gill. And for Australia, they would want their seamers, both the experienced seamers, to emulate what they did in this game. So I think Josh Hazelwood is going to be that one key factor.
For you?
I know the danger play. I saw Marsh bat today. He's looking in very good nick. So I think he's the danger man for India. But this whole narrative of this series is about Rocco.
Yeah.
So you go to Adelaide. By the way, if Virat Kohli has one ground to pick in his life, he'll pick the Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
Beautiful batting surface, shortish square boundaries. So no better place for Rohit and Virat to find their way back. So keep your eyes open on Rocco for that game.
You know, everyone who's been watching us, and Harsha sir, sorry to inform you, but the players to watch out for today in the Cricbuzz studio, one is wearing pink and one is wearing, what is that color?
Maroon?
I just realized, am I colorblind?
Maroon?
Maroon? We are the players to watch out because we won the Guezzing game.
Low, correct.
Yes.
Correct. And you know the funniest thing is, now I've said 39, he said 32, and then kya bolu main?
I just said
30 bol deti hu, and she almost hit the bullseye. They got 29.
29, yes.
Yeah, 29.
That second and that Siraj bowled, that Siraj and Arshdeep, those 2 overs were very, very good.
I can't even say that they should have scored 30 because it was Australia who were playing.
Koi baat nahi, 1 run se bullseye, but doesn't matter, well done.
1 run se bhi
Is there a table? Are we going to make a table for this guessing game? For this series?
Because I
hope
won,
not.
so the producer is saying, no, we are not going to make a table. That's really disappointing, Mr. Bihan. But there's one more thing which brings joy to our lives, and that's the joy factor.
अरे सोचा ही नहीं.
नहीं सोचा. You had so much time today.
Yeah.
Zaheer, you thought about it?
No, I didn't think
No,
about it.
everyone was too busy.
was the second.
Yeah.
कहाँ से joy?
If
You know, during the last tournament,
Is it Shrikant? Is it the batting order?
for that 1985 World Championship, there must have been a 50 or something like that he must have found. But joy's question are all somehow linked to something that is happening today.
Yeah. Okay, so answer dekh lete hain.
देख लेते हैं.
Okay, so let's have the answer on our screen. It's Kapil Dev in 1983, first ODI centurion for India.
Low. And you know how few ODI hundreds were scored? When you look at how many Sachin
Ravi
and Virat
Shastri.
and all have got,
Yeah.
there was a time when Desmond Haynes alone had more than all the Indian teams' hundreds put together.
Yeah.
But to think that India started playing in 74 and first 100 was scored in 83, we've come a long way.
Yeah, and that's why you couldn't guess the answer, right?
Dilip Vengsarkar and Ravi Shastri. Did he say in the same game?
Yeah. 84.
Same year?
Same year,
Same
84.
year. Okay.
Yes, I forgot the question too because, sorry guys, it's been a very, very long day plus too much English in the studio today.
Look at her. Now that she's got to do a Hindi program after this and she's so happy.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited. So somebody gave the correct answer.
Correct.
So let's
Well
find
done,
out.
actually.
Kaun hai ye hoshyar insan? Oh, his name is at Lord of Own. He's the one who gave the correct answer.
Well done, MV. Well done, MV, and well done, TP as well.
And Zach, obviously.
It was a debut for him. It was a debut for you.
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
Matt Renshaw did okay. Matt Renshaw was a debut.
Yeah.
Nitish Reddy batted okay.
debut,
So it was
19 runs, yeah.
Mitch Owen, okay, but it's a day for debutants. So well done on the guessing game.
Guessing game, yeah. And my first, I thought he's going to say, okay, you're done with your English show. I thought you're going to say maybe, no, go, bye-bye, Tata, don't come back here again.
You did fine.
But thank you
Just
so
as you humor us when we do Hindi programs.
Yeah, but I'm going to meet you in the Hindi show again very soon, sir. But thank you so
Pleasure.
much. आप दोनों का बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया और क्योंकि ये दिवाली है तो मैं यहाँ पर अपने प्रोड्यूसर से कहना चाहूँगी कि मैं हिंदी में दिवाली की शुभकामनाएं देना चाहती हूँ। आप सबको दिवाली की बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं आप दोनों को भी।
Thank you.
Yeah.
हमारे साथ जुड़ने
Happy
के लिए
Diwali.
बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया और आपसे मिलेंगे in the next ODI. टाटा बाय बाय नमस्ते।